Good evening. I hope I find you well. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps, and when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. That's lovely. Boy, now, Jesus, Sacred Heart of Jesus, now our Blessed Mother. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Thrown on life's surge, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, Star of the sea, pray for the wanderer, pray for me. O gentle, chaste, and spotless maid, we sinners make our prayers to thee. Remind thy Son, and that he has paid the price of our iniquity. Virgin most pure, Star of the sea, pray for the sinner, pray for me. Now, O Blessed Mother, up there and keep an eye on us. Thank you, Blessed Mother. Lovely to sing a couple of little hymns, simple ones like that. It lifts your spirit. Yeah, it does. Well, thanks be to God. There was a bit of a drizzle today as I was going about. I do the Chaplet of Mercy going around my little estate, half an acre. And I go around about 3 times. So it's a walk without having to go on the road. There's a road behind me, that's quite enough. There isn't any traffic really. But when you're walking on the grass, it's easier on you. And though it was damp. And so when it was finished, I had to bring in and get the brush and get the stuff off my shoes. Yeah. So these are all the little chores that you have to do. And then I said the rosary, me morning prayers, and then me evening prayers this evening. And I did a little bit of work in the garden. I used my mower, my strimmer, this one that I got on the internet. Very good. Cutting the grass, the sides and that kind of grows up without a buyer leaf. And then I did another, I ironed a few shirts and a hanky. These are all the chores that I wasn't fit to do there when I was back from the stall and to visit a great visit to Tremor and the Lace Museum. Beautiful. To think that the poor Clare nuns when they came in 1861, the famine was just in only after happening, and they started a lace industry and employing local girls, and they started something for boys with carpentry and other trades. They employed people, they trained people, and they paid them so they were able to live in their locality. What did the others do? The frauds that took the land off our Irish people and had titles, nothing. But the poor Clare nuns did. We give them plenty of credit for all that they did. And they looked after the abandoned. Now they get abuse from the secular government that we're saddled with. Instead of praising them for what they did. But they did nothing. Nothing. They have a thing called Tulsa of a title. And there's more trouble with them in charge. But did they criticise them, etc., etc.? No. They saved that for nuns that did good. Cheek of them. So, anyway, Daniel O'Connell, what a great gift. I reckon because of the great work he did, the Catholic emancipation, and the difficulty peaceful when he come out with those that were in charge. Oh, he had a lot of trouble. And when he was elected to British Parliament, Catholics couldn't attend, but when he got Catholic Emancipation Day, he could, and he did. Yeah, marvellous man. Saw a film as well there, lasted a quarter of an hour about his life. He grew up in Derrynane. His uncle invited him and his sister. I think there was a nice few of them in the family. And then he had 11 himself, and I think 7 survived. And one I know was a captain in the Irish Army in 1942 or 44. So there must be descendants, I'd find out about it. And one was a count. He had a monster meeting in Slane Castle, or in Slane, the hill of Slane, 1 million people. He was able to get the crowds because people would have been speaking Irish Gaelic. Most of them, some would be speaking Irish and English, but it'd be very basic English. There's marvellous stories, there's more to it than meets the eye. I'll be talking about it in more detail as time goes on because it's recollection and tranquility. Wordsworth said that about poetry, but Anthony you do. The time you're going through it is very good and very important and enlightening. Yeah. So I'll be speaking more about that Daniel O'Connell. I think he should be going on for sainthood. The bishops and those that promote causes should be promoting that a long time ago for the great good that he did. We couldn't practice our Catholic faith before that. We were up on mountains and mass rocks with lookouts to protect them against the evil British. And they hunted priests and murdered them. And those that they murdered are up in heaven with all the ancient saints and all our brothers and sisters that die of starvation. It affected Daniel O'Connell something terrible. The amount of people, 1 million, dying of starvation and living in wretched places. Some made comments about it from the other side of the divide that had some spirit, some decency. Most of them didn't have such a thing. And when something happened, the Act of Union happened, St. Patrick's Cathedral, which was originally Catholic, celebrated bells and all the rest of it when um, Daniel O'Connell objected to it and had rallies. But then there was the Young Irelanders, there was trouble. So there was such difficulties. Wherever the British stick their miserable mouth or their miserable old rule, there's always trouble. They're in the 6 counties, and we had trouble there and mothers, which didn't do this republic any good because it affected here too. There was people more so it made it very difficult for to run businesses. Nothing but strikes as well. The ESB strikes, bank strikes. There was no petrol. You had to queue up. You couldn't run businesses in those conditions, but some survived. The country stayed safe. It's anyway. Mark Barney O'Connell did a great power of good, but subsequent to Daniel in 1829, only a matter of 15 years later, we had the famine. Did they do what about it that was running the country in such an abysmal fashion? No, they didn't. A crowd of savages. That's what I call them. Doesn't matter if they've titles. They're even worse savages. Yeah, they'd want to repent and give compensation for the harm and the churches destroyed and monasteries, the great culture that we had, the Isle of Saints and Scholars. They denied us an education. We had head schools. Can you imagine a head school? That's out in nowhere, out in the middle of nowhere. To try and give some education to Catholic children. Wasn't that dreadful? Yep. So boy now, and we talk more positive because faith and the Catholic faith survives in spite of them and was thriving. But now, because of what the Vatican II did, the ones that didn't follow what it laid down, which was to keep the Latin Mass, I think that they were evil that tried to destroy the Catholic faith because there's a lack of vocations worldwide, except where Latin, where the universal language of the Latin masses is practiced, then there's vocations, but not in the secular. They call it the Ordo Nuovo, where they give a Latin title, it's nothing to it. It's dreadful. And go to a Latin Mass tomorrow, please God. I want to see reverence. I've been at Masses and I believe there's so much to be desired. No choir, no hymns, no nothing. Yeah, we go to Mass to be uplifted. So I'm going to Latin Mass tomorrow. Thanks be to God. Bye now, and I hope I have a few bit of light entertainment later. Bye now.